So here we are, almost 10 o'clock, Friday the 28th. I reckon it's going to get to 39 today, but don't know about that, mate. Believe it when I feel it. It's nice out right now, so they reckon a possible late shower. I believe that when I feel it as well. So I'll be interested to hear how this mic's performing now. I've got a vinyl chin flap in the helmet now, which I just fabricated out of an old headphone bag. So it looks a bit like leather, but it's obviously got a bit more wind resistant properties, so hopefully that does the trick. The actual mic itself is still that cheap $7 eBay mic, which only records mono, so I have to change to a mono mix. And I mean, I would like stereo, but I thought I was getting a stereo mic. The typical eBay fashion, photos don't match the actual item, so yeah, I thought I was getting a tip ring sleeve 3.5mm connection, but I only got a tip sleeve, so consequently it's just mono. But I mean, I'm not going to get much of a stereo field anyway, so it probably doesn't really matter. But I just hate the way eBay fucking always put up the wrong pictures of their products. This is the second time now in a few months. First one was a LED globe. I wanted to start running LED globes so that I can get these spotlight things working, because they're drawing too much on the 5 amp fuse. Whoever wired them up originally didn't wire them up to the correct circuit. So I thought I'll just, you know, put less load on it by running LEDs. Anyway, the picture showed a white LED that I was going to use in my tail light bulb, which is the stop tail. Obviously it needs to be white so that the white part of the globe, well, the white part of the lens cover lights up onto the number plate, and then obviously the red lens cover shows it in red. But no, I got a bloody red globe, didn't I? And you know, their description, their English, whatever it is, it's never the best. So a bit of to and fro on bloody email messages, and he posted me out a clear one. So I said, mate, you know, you should change your bloody photos. I did leave a bit of feedback on the microphone eBay site as well, just saying, you know, this product description was not as shown in the photos. And you know, I could have gone and emailed them and blah blah blah, but I was just over that sort of shit, mate. If you're not going to send me the stuff that you're showing, you're just going to get a shit rating from now on. I ain't got time for your bloody to and fro, backwards and forwards arguing and shit like that. You know, it's an internet bloody site that you buy stuff from, and you know, you're reliant on product photos. You know, the descriptions can be confusing, so photos speak 1,000 words. So yeah, that's how I'm going to deal with eBay from now on. Now the new Liberal government said they were going to open up that road there, so I could go straight through instead of having to fucking deviate around bloody Happy Valley. Once again though, we'll believe it when we see it. So I've got this visor slightly open just because there's a nice breeze coming through, so hopefully it's not creating too much wind buffeting on the mic. So which way to go? Which way to go? I'm going to go this way. So every time you want to go out through to Clarendon or Milo or whatever, you either got Black Road, you've got to go through Flagstaff Hill, or you come up that road back there, Lander Road, and then you got to turn right, then you got to deviate through here, which is a bit bloody stupid. I don't know why you just can't go straight across down Candy Road, then you come out on the Chandler's Hill Road, And yeah, you just bypass all this shit. Fucking people who make these bloody decisions on roads and stuff, I don't reckon they even bloody drive. They probably get a chauffeur around, and you know, they're just bloody sitting there in their office looking at maps or some shit, and you know, just making shit up as they go along without even having a real world experience of it. That's my assumption anyway. So I've got a bit of an idea. I think I might just head out towards Mylor. Haven't been out this way in a while. A few weeks perhaps. Been heading out on northern rides, last couple of group rides, which I quite enjoy because it's part of the world that I'm not that familiar with. Out through the Barossa and sort of mow lands and stuff like that. Only problem with this road right here is it's a bit bloody bumpy. Alright, so I've closed the visor lid now, so see how that goes. I'm doing 60 k's. I'm pretty sure this mic is doing its job. I've got the recording level set on 30 now instead of 40. I did have a few plosives before, so see how that goes. I'm just a bit disappointed in the depth. I mean, I've got an 80 hertz roll off on the bass just to try and combat any sort of wind buffeting that there might be. But this mic tends to just have a real sort of mid to high range kind of focus. You know, my voice can be nasally as it is sometimes, so that amplifies the fact. But it's $7, man, so what do you expect? Maybe I'll invest in a Shaw brand, or Rode, I think it's Rode actually. Lavalier mic, I think they call it. It's basically a lapel mic. Good quality, but it's, you know, I think it's a couple of $100, so it seems a lot of money for a tiny little bloody device. I mean, ultimately I'd like to have a nice decent kind of bike note in there. I guess it's the compromise of having a helmet mic only and not a sort of tail mic. I was using the Zoom itself, sitting in the backpack, which I've got attached to my sissy bar luggage rack area, and yeah, it was alright. You got a nice bike note, but you also got to hear all the bangings around inside the bag and vibrations coming through and all this sort of crap. So, and at the end of the day, I sort of wanted to be able to talk to you at the same time, so I'm going to chuck a left here at Sugarloaf. Yeah, so we're just going to be using the helmet mic. I mean, one day I might, you know, go all out and whack a tailpipe mic on as well and record another audio stream. But as it is, man, it's I'm a bit like a life support system with all these wires and shit hanging off me. Bloody last weekend was atrocious, just the amount of wires and shit I had hanging off myself. So it's a little bit slimmed down this time, but the mic lead itself is at its tether, so I can't stretch it any further. It's got a slight amount of play, enough so I can turn my head and crap. Lovely time of day for it, I tell you what. The fact that the sun is not out because we've got cloud cover, it's really comfortable. And the temperature is, I don't know, 27-ish, something like that. So the breeze is reasonably cool because of the cloud cover. So yeah, it's most enjoyable, except for these bloody roads. Look at this shit right there on the line you want to drive on. I don't know if they'll ever get around to fixing up these things. They'll end up just lowering the speed limit even further. Coming the other way is worse. You got more tree roots acting as bloody speed humps. You can see them there on the right lane. Every now and again you get a nod, every now and again you don't. So people just don't get it. Talking with Irv, the American over here at the moment in Australia. He said, "Oh, I can't do this. You know, I can't wave. It's because we're driving on the left-hand side of the road. So take your hand off the throttle when you're going to slow down, and so you just do a nod. Sometimes it's a bit more undetectable, I guess, with the nod, because you don't know if you're just sort of dipping your head or a little pothole there." I see with this road here, this used to be 80 k's. Now they've dropped this down to bloody 70 k's. It's just getting slower and slower through the hills. Now I understand, you know, trying to reduce the road toll and stuff like that, but on the other hand, you know, they're just making people more frustrated. And really I find it an excuse, because instead of fixing the road, and this part of the road ain't too bad, like this section of the road isn't that bad. It doesn't need to be bloody 70 k's, but I don't know, man, like some bits are a bit shitty, like that bit there wasn't the best, but you know, they just lower the limits and don't fix the roads instead of just keeping the roads up to spec. It just feels too slow. I mean, I'm not even doing 70 now because this guy in front isn't doing 70, so I'm about 65. I'll tell you what, if you're into your horse poo, come up this way. People are always selling bags of horse crap. $2 a bag. Stick it in your garden. Hopefully those boys aren't in any aren't on any fire patrol, well, not fire patrols. Hopefully they don't have to go and put any fires out. That's what I'm trying to say. Last night we were having dinner over at the Aussie Inn on South Road at Hackham, and what was it? Was it Seaford? Cherry Garden? Oh no, there was one of them. One of the CFS, or two units, heading out to put out some fires at some wanker, absolute fucking wanker dickhead. Firebug lit 3 grass fires, 2 of which pretty much, one of which went out by itself apparently, on the roadside. One burned about 200 square metres and one burned about 2 hectares. You know, you get fucking retards like that live in this world. Police have caught him, but you know, he'll just get a slap on the wrist, mate, and be let out. People like that, they need to be locked up, or they actually need to go in a mental facility, because it's a mental illness. There's intent to cause harm, whether it be property damage, people get burnt, animals or livestock get killed. You know, it's basically attempted murder, or manslaughter, however you want to call it. But our judicial system is basically tits on a fucking bull. Ashtray on a motorbike, if you will. Judges live in fucking fairyland. A lot of them are really old guys. What they need to do is get some younger people in there that actually have current views. You know, I just don't, it's like they're a different breed of person. You know, you see some bloody verdicts and you go, yes, excellent. Then you get others and you just go, are you serious? Like you're let out on bail? Like what, you just pay some money and you can get out? You know, like, it should be like, no matter how much money, money isn't involved. You're just going to be sentenced to time in a mental facility. I mean, there's no point just putting these people in jail. Fair enough, yeah, they're out of harm's way and whatnot, but you know, jails, I don't think standard jails are a decent rehabilitation process, because the kind of people you get in them, you know, they're generally not outstanding pillars of society. Generally lowlifes, thugs, drug addicts, you know, murderers, manslaughterers, whatever, pedophiles, and then you know, you put these people in with them and they could come out worse than they went in. But if you stick them into a mental facility and treat them, even if it's with drugs, I know it's going to cost the taxpayer regardless. I mean, ideally, stick them somewhere where they can just fend for themselves and just say, here you go. You know, put a fence up around somewhere in a bloody desert or out in a bush somewhere and say, here you go. But you just can't get out past these fences, make electric fences or something like that, I don't know. Mrs. reckons eye for an eye. You know, yeah, it's good in some situations, but doesn't always work. I always had the idea of putting people in cages in Rundle Mall and charging people a couple of bucks to poke them with a stick. Or, you know, like a hot iron or something, depending on their crime. And but you know, that's quite sadistic, medieval in fact. I mean, even in the medieval days they would either just behead them or hang them. Well, they did whip them as well. Whippings continued and hangings continued early into the 20th century, so maybe they need to bring back the hangings, because at the end of the day some of these people, they're a waste on taxpayers' money, on government resources. Hopefully this mic isn't coming apart. I've got this double-sided tape on the inside of my helmet chin, and the foam doesn't really stick that well to it. So which way should we go? I'll crack a right. Rough in the corners. Always seems to be shitty in the corners, eh? Look at it. So this is the glorious Adelaide Hills area, and we're I think we're sort of in Iron Bank actually. I used to come up this road here on the Royal Enfield 350. I'd be in third gear, mate, and I'd be doing 60 k's flat out. That was one of the worst things about that bike. It just had no bloody guts whatsoever. Other than that, it was pretty good fun. I could take it out on the dirt roads with those bloody Duro tyres. Enduro tyres or trial tyres. So we got old copper mate here. I don't know what he's up to. As long as he doesn't bloody have a go at me for bloody chin camera. Well, he's still stationary, so that's good. Guess he's waiting for someone to come flying down that hill. And there are idiots that will do it. Actually, what I'm going to do for a change, I'm going to go straight on. I always turn left there. I just want to see where this goes. I think it does a big loop. Oh look, there goes a rabbit or a hare. But that's a kangaroo sign. Why are there bloody hares on the road? See, it's roads like these where 60 or 70 k's is a bit more appropriate. As long as this doesn't turn into a dirt road, we'll be all good. And you get some leaf litter with twigs and stuff and branches on the road here, and it can get a little bit slippery under the wheels, so pays just to take it easy. I'll tell you what, living in this kind of area here in summertime, you'd want to have yourself a decent fire escape plan or a firefighting plan. There's so many people that they just don't prepare, you know, they don't look after their properties or put enough effort into clearing to prevent fires around their properties or their house actually taking hold of fire. So government's starting to crack down on it now. I think they're doing inspections on your property, and if you haven't cleared up enough or whatever, you get a fine. So where are we coming into here? Scott Creek. Oh, I see. So what's nice and cool through here. Righto. We'll chuck a left, I reckon. Yeah, these little dirt roads around here were quite good fun on the infield. I wouldn't take this thing down there though. Some of them have just got too much of a camber on the turns and they get a bit steep. And I'd literally have to bloody crawl along. I wonder if you can get bloody knobby tyres for these. or like, you know, 50/50s or something. It just doesn't have the suspension though, that's the thing. I'm thinking possibly the next bike I get, Triumph Scrambler. So I get the best of both worlds, you know. I get that nice Bonneville sort of look with some chunkier tyres I can go off-road with, a higher tailpipe, etc. We're just going to wait for them to come down in price because they're still up there a bit. When the cruiser's nice, it's comfortable for a certain amount of time, for a certain type of riding, but you're sort of limited to where you can ride it comfortably, that is. I mean, you can take it off-road if you want, but there's only about 2 inches of travel in the suspension at the back, 2.5, maybe 3, and the front's not too bad, but yeah, the tyre's so fat, the steering rake's quite long, so yeah, it's not really designed for it. Now, where does this one go to? Ridge Road. Let's go and have a suss about that, eh? See, this road is sort of, it's got these fine little corrugations to it. It just makes it a little bit rough. I'm wearing earbuds because I'm listening to some music at the same time, and bumps really sort of resonate into your eardrums. Other than that, they keep a lot of wind noise out, or they keep all the wind noise out, which is really good. So I sort of don't know where I am at the moment. Oh, is that the road there that goes maybe into Scott Creek Conservation Park? Bradbury Road, yeah, that's Bradbury Road, right, okay. So if I turn left, that goes into Mylor. If I go right, that goes right around to Scott Creek Conservation Park. I think that's what they call it. Not a bad looking house. Nice white picket fence. So there's not that many sounders out that I can see, although they're mainly on the main roads. This time of year, people out in the country here, they get all these bloody Santas and like Santa costumes, and they stuff them and make dummies out of them, and they sit them in chairs and put them in all sorts of poses. It's quite good actually. If you're bored, you just take your kids out and you play Spot the Santa, you know. Yeah mate, I tell you what, living in here this time of year, gotta have balls, man. Decent sprinkler system, decent clearings around your property. There you go, $1.50, was it? 150. Alright. Yeah, that road there, it doesn't really join up with anything. It's sort of like a no-through road at the end. I've tried it before. So this one here will take us out onto Strathalbyn Road, or whatever they call it. Takes you through to Echunga and Strathalbyn and all that. I might go out that way and just sort of see what's up. Yeah, that road there that goes to Harndorf, River Road, it's not the smoothest of surfaces. Alright. Someone's sitting on less than 80 here. We might have to do an overtaking manoeuvre whenever there's a broken line. We're getting really slow now, mate. You got to be turning off or what? I can't overtake you on a double white line, dude. That's the rules, man. Yeah, well, let's make a deviation, eh? Let's get away from this slow coach. I know that this road here turns into some dirt roads at some point, so we'll take it back onto that road we just came off of. Good thing about this one here, mate, is there's bugger all traffic on it. Notice how there's this crap in the corners here. Gotta try and keep out of. You don't want to get into that, mate, when you're going a bit too hairy. Alrighty, so turning right will take us onto dirt roads eventually, so we'll just crack a left here. Oh, Righto. Oh, hang on, no, we've got to turn left here. I think we turn right. Yeah, pretty sure. It's just, it leads to dirt roads. I've been that way before on the infield and we did find dirt roads, so pretty sure that's what happens. Alrighty. So we're coming into Echunga, and there's a bloody beautiful pub here that me and the missus came to a few years back when we came to the Old British Day, which they have on the Oval, where they get all the old British cars and bikes and stuff. Make a day of it. Yeah, we had lunch at the pub, the Echunga. I think it's called the Hagen Arms. But the kitchen's been out of order now for a couple of years. Oh look, there's one of those flowers like we've got, like a weed. I don't know what they are, but they look really nice. And they did the best bangers and mash, man. I tell you what, like the chef they had there, it was just, I think there was 3 or 4 sausages, and they were gourmet sausages, man. They were awesome. There was like a lamb one, a chicken one, they had herbs and stuff, and sort of like caramelised onion gravy on mashed potato, and it was to die for, mate. It was absolutely bloody beautiful. Really enjoyed it. But I've been in there twice since, and the kitchen hasn't been running. They're supposed to have been doing like a reno to it or something or other, and yeah, there's no kitchen, so can't eat there, which is a bit of a shame. But they dedicated a bit of an area on the outside there. They put bunting around it, and then last time I went past there, the bunting was removed, and there's still nothing built there. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, so when I can get a Triumph Scrambler sort of around about the same price I bought this or less, so you know, under 10 grand, preferably under 8,000, with not too many Ks, without too many drops on it. Yeah, I reckon that's what I'll go to. Yeah, one way I'll miss the relaxed cruising position that this bike affords, but at least I'll be able to enjoy some dirt road action. You know, I'm not talking crazy motocross off-road, gnarly bloody jumps and shit. Just, you know, just I can go back down into Deep Creek again and just take the road less travelled, you know. Go and explore all these no-through roads, debunk some of these no-through roads, because a lot of them actually, they're not no-through roads at all. I think they just put signs on there so people don't turn and drive down it. But yeah, it's all good fun. Macclesfield, Strathalbyn, Mount Barker. I'm going to crack a right, I reckon. Or should I go left? No, bugger, I'll go left. I've been to Macclesfield and Strathalbyn heaps. What I don't like about country roads is the way that they just add on little bits on the side. Like they put a foot worth of bloody bitumen on the left hand side here, which, you know, increases the road shoulder, I guess. But in corners, like they'll, instead of just like redoing the whole lane, you know, these joins will creep into the corner, they'll creep into your line, and when your tyre gets into, front tyre gets into it, it tends to you know, tends to sort of drift into it. Can be a bit off-putting at times. I mean, they're probably not as bad as they could be, unless, you know, if you're going really, really quick, could be worse. But Jesus, this guy's only doing 60 slow. Well, why do people that go slow all the time do it in bloody double white line areas? So this is where if I had to scramble, I'd just go, bugger it. I'll go off on one of these dirt roads here and just, you know, get lost. It's starting to warm up now, actually. You can feel it. I'm just debating whether or not to get fuel on Mount Barker. I mean, I've probably got another 100 Ks worth. I should probably see how much more I can get out of it. It's only been 40 minutes, guys. That cloud cover's starting to dissipate now, so the sun's getting a bit more bright. Oh, here we go, another bloody estate. With a roundabout by the looks of things. Hopefully they fix up all that crap. Seen this bloody story come up in on my newsfeed the other day about these Alco gates. They're going to install these boom gates at certain car parks where you got to blow into a bloody tube. And it's a postie bike dude, yay! Wouldn't mind getting one of them actually one day. Yeah, so there's Alco gates. So in high risk areas where people tend to piss on a bit, you won't be able to get out. Shit, what's happened here? Fucking burnt out car. Bloody hell. Obviously stolen. They won't let you out. So they're gonna be manned by security guards. You've got to blow into this tube. And if you can't get past because you're over the limit, I guess you got to keep your car there. They're probably going to have their own taxi drivers there or some shit to take you home. Keep your car locked up securely, hopefully. So they've been on trial in Sweden. Well, actually, I think they're installed in Sweden. They've been on trial in New South Wales. I think Melbourne's about to do it. And guess what? Adelaide will probably be next. I love when you go around a roundabout like that, and you just got that little bit of throttle, and as you put it on, you can feel the back end just sort of slide around somewhat without being too gnarly or scary. You can just feel it sort of, it's like a knife going through butter. So I can either go to Strathalbyn from here, or I can turn left and head in towards Adelaide Hills a bit more. But it's going to get hot, so I don't really want to go out too far and be stuck out here till like 2 o'clock. So if I can find some fuel, then who knows, I might go out a bit longer. But I don't think they've got the OTRs out here. The thing I like about OTR is you've got an app, so you can literally leave your helmet on, fill up your bike, pay for it on the app, and off you go. You don't have to take your helmet off, and with me I don't have to undo my life support system just to get bloody fuel, you know. But I got a feeling that the fuel is back into town there on the left, so you never know. This place is expanding at a rapid rate. Oh, here we go. Let's get fuel here. With no apps or anything, but anyway. Relax. Okay. Sorry to the little old lady there behind me, but it's not a quick on and off, but I've got to take all my life support system off. But anyway, now I've got loads of fuel and the cloud cover's coming back. Yeah, we might continue on to somewhere. Where? Who knows? Alright, so all fueled up, nowhere to go. Where's this road? Strathalbyn, Gore, Wellington, 61. I might go to Wellington maybe. Let me go over to Lake Alexandrina, around the other side or something. There is a ferry at Wellington. I don't know. Who knows where we go? I've got the drone with me too, so at some stage I wouldn't mind getting the drone out, so maybe we'll go down near the river. So speaking of Irv again, from America, we went out for a ride a few weeks back, and I said to him, how do our roads compare to your roads? And he reckons our roads are quite good. But this particular road that we went on, there's a road there called Inman Valley Road. It's an absolute shocker. Absolute bloody shocker. It just like tree roots galore, just a shit surface. There goes Santa. And yeah, he sort of said, oh, you know, I mean, I don't think he was speaking about that road, surely. That one's a shocker, but he reckons that our roads are better than their roads. There's some cool old ruins. Now I do like taking photos of ruins, but there was nowhere to stop there. Well, there's the nice old church there too. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to turn right up here and go off to, yeah, Strath. We're going to continue on to Wellington. I haven't been this way in years. It's one thing I'll never do, mate, and that is ride around in a t-shirt. Not with this kind of riding. You know, you get these guys on Harleys, they got this whole image thing. But, I don't know, man. If you come off, and you know, you might be the best rider in the world in your own eyes, and probably never come off. You know, it's not what you're capable of doing, it's what the others are capable of. So you've got other ones in cars, kangaroos and shit. And the thing is, too, a lot of these guys are covered in tats. And if you come off on the road, and you ain't protected, mate, your tattoos get ruined. They are gone. And then you end up looking like a great old mess. So, I mean, I've only got a couple of tats. And that's not my concern, getting my tattoos wrecked. But, either way, mate, you're going to get scraped down to the bone. Grind some bone off on your elbows. Jeez, that's not going to be nice. You're going to have some fucking major battle scars. Still, weather out here at the moment is quite nice, and with a mesh jacket on, mate, I'll put my arms up like that. My armpits are getting a nice old cool off. I've got my singlet on underneath my jacket, so not too many layers. I got my usual bloody jeans on, which are with the Kevlar line on the knees. There's even a knee pad knees, or like a rubber foam knee pad thing. Don't know how good that'd be in an actual situation, but they're on there. Kevlar on the arse, on the side of the thighs. So yeah. Plus my boots as well. These are nice boots, decent ankle protection. You see some squids out there, mate, and they've just got like sneakers on. No socks, they're wearing shorts and a singlet, and as they're riding, the singlet's halfway up their bloody back, just about coming off their head. You know, each their own, mate. I mean, you know, I'm no bloody do-gooder, but geez, you're so vulnerable on a bike, man, you know, there's nothing to protect you. So, any little layer of protection is going to count. Surely. Geez, that'd be a good little section to come through with a little bit more spirit. And bloody double white lines all the way, man, you know, like, come on. Chester. We do borrow lots of names from England, that's for sure. Town names, etc. That's a cool cubby house. Oh look, that's a cool place. Someone's living in that place. That's wicked. I'd love to live in a little old church like that. There's one for sale actually at Old Noarlunga, but there's some caveats on it. Apparently you can only do it, have it as a business, and there's a gravesite on site, and I guess you can't build over that. But I guess that adds to the mystique and the charm, doesn't it? Cullington and Murray Bridge. No, I'm not going to Cullington. Oh, check that old trike out. Yep, there's only 5 gears, Paul. That's right. Oh, here we go. So where does that go to then? Strath. In a little old building now, and I thought it might have been a ruin, but it's actually being used. Now there's an old ruin. Yeah, it looks like someone's using it. So these must be almond trees or something. Almond groves. They look like almonds. Vineyards. Anyway, it's a bloody wine region. So you got nuts this side, you got wine that side. Really nice bit of country through here. Perfect temperature. This is the Langhorne Creek wine region. There we go. I knew it was some bloody creek. Currency Creek's further that way, I think. You got to go through it when you go to Point Sturt and all that. Lane, etc. There we go, Langhorne Creek wine region. Floodplain, established 1850. So I'm guessing because it's a floodplain, it's really fertile soil. Perfect for growing grapes, making wine. Well, I don't think there's many wineries around here. I don't know, maybe. Bell's 40th, eh? Someone's having a party there. So, oh, look at those, they're nice Banksias. Wow, they're good. Alright, so we can go to Strath or we can go to Wellington. Well, we're going to Wellington, so we'll be cracking a left. Geez, not much of a bloody river at the moment. Dry as a bone, mate. Not this summer, I guess. And we didn't really have a wet winter either. Meningie Brewing. Oh, what do we got here? We've got a bloody... Is it a winery or a bloody beer joint? I don't know, when you say brewing, you're usually talking about beer. Frank Potts, oh, that's that camp reserve. Okay. So what have we got over the other side there? This is like a lake or something? No, we'll have a look on the way back, if we come back this way. Check it out on the maps. If not, oh, there's a cool looking place there. Old stables. Oh, it's 5 gears, remember? Jeez, I wish they had 6 gears on this. So there's the road that takes you to Malang. Righto. Yeah, so the missus went out shopping. Well, she was going to do her passport. Then she said she was going to Colonnade to do a couple of things. And I said, well, I'm going for a ride. She said, oh, it's going to be 39, 40 today. And I said, no, it's only going to be 30. Because I'm looking at all the clouds and shit. And I was looking at Willy Weather. And I was actually on the wrong bloody day. I was looking at Saturday. So tomorrow's going to be 30. I reckon today's going to be 39, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's already near, well, it's already 20 past 11, and it's only, geez, I don't know, 25 down this way. Feels really nice. This is where I could do with a backrest right now. I mean, I got my feet out, I'm laying back, I'm hanging onto the bars. If I hang onto the bars, I'm alright, but if I try and just use my torso, I guess I can do some sit-ups. I mean, I don't have a six-pack or anything like that. my core could be a lot stronger if I did Pilates or some crap, but boys are out in their toys. Oh, there's a cool one. I've got to stop there. Cool. What have we got going on here? So that's what I like doing, getting out on the bike, finding old ruins, taking photos. That one there looked like it was in the process of being done up, or I don't know, someone's temporary accommodation. It had a PVC drain pipe on it, which isn't that old. Padlock on the door, windows are boarded up, so there we go, there's the lake, Lake Alexandrina. Cows for the next 2 k's, eh? Oh, check out that old joint. Still looks lived in. Yeah. Somebody's house. Oh man, I tell you what, the temperature is just bloody perfect. I need to get a thermometer put on my handlebars here just to get the ambient temperature, you know, like it's bloody beautiful. So this road here is pretty popular with Victorian tourists. Obviously they come along through the Coorong and whatnot. Brown snake, little juvenile one, the most deadliest. So yeah, this bloke up in front, he was riding either like a postie bike or some kind of old school single cylinder. That's what it sounded like. So it looks like he's rocking those old school hard panniers that the police bikes used to have back in the 70s. They're very narrow. See, some of those little dirt roads will be nice on the scrambler. Well, let's go and have a look and see what this guy's rocking. Ah, nice one, mate. Little old Honda. So at the moment the missus is dead keen on getting a bloody caravan. First it was a bloody camper van. Well, we got a little camper van, but it's not really a proper camper van. I mean, we can go camping in it. So yeah, I guess it's a camping van, but you know, it's just got a bed that I built, and underneath it's got all storage. I mean, we can, you know, we can go away in it for a couple of nights and whatever. But I think she wants to have, you know, the bed set up with a little separate dining seating area with like a little kitchen and a fridge and a little oven or a little stove top. But we need to get another car or a different car because we don't really have anything that's decent enough to pull it. I mean, I've got an old 380, it's a work vehicle, not really, shouldn't really be towing with it. It's front wheel drive, it's got 255,000 Ks on it. So it's probably a bit long in the tooth. So yeah, we'll have to get like a small kind of SUV, I'm thinking. So fuel's about 10 cents dearer here than it is back down in the city. Nice day for it. Alright, so we've got the ferry up ahead. Let's crack a left then. Oh, we're down here at the glorious River Murray, or the Murray River, depending on how you like to refer to it. So what's that, a pub?